Right, okay, so today I'm going over the TommyInnit and Dream drama going on YouTube at the moment, and it's also been going on X. So, if you don't know, TommyInnit and Dream, they're both Minecraft YouTubers, and basically, these guys have had a bit of drama recently, and I'm just going to review it. I'm going to watch Dream's video, and I'm also going to watch Tommy's. I'm going to start with Tommy's, and then I'm going to move on to Dream's. Just to say, if you guys are fans of any of these guys, you might not want to watch this video, might want to give it a skip, because I'm going to be critical of these guys. I'm going to make sure you guys are getting the right information, and I'm also going to give my own opinion on it. And my opinion is irrelevant in all this, but I'm just going to give an outsider's view on this. Anyways, no more wasting time. Let's watch Tommy's video.
Hello. This video is a message to Dream. If you've been off the internet the past couple of days and haven't kept up, basically, if you're one of my subscribers, Dream has called you a slur. So
if you don't know what Tommy is talking about here, then Tommy is talking about this meme Dream posted on Twitter. And this meme goes as follows. It basically says, a Dream SMP fan will become one of two things. They will either grow up or they'll become a R-word TommyInnit fan. And I just think it's crazy how Dream has posted this, because he's posted a lot about how it's not good to make fun of other people, and he's very anti-bullying. And he's tried to give out this message for a very long time, and all of a sudden he has come to the internet and said this. I think that's why the internet is in a bit of outrage, because Dream's tried to paint himself as this person who is amazing, but in reality, he's not really that good of a person. Anyways, back to Tommy.
So deal with that how you want. Okay, now look, I have Dream blocked on everything, and I intend to keep it that way. So Dream, hello mate, let's just dive right in, shall we? Let's talk about you calling all my fans the R-slur. You can't throw around the R-slur, mate. You just can't. My mum worked with adults with disabilities, and since I was 12, I volunteered with her. These are real, fucking amazing people, who I think of like family, who actually get called this slur. And you do not just throw it around. It's impossibly immature and reckless and sets such a shitty precedent to everyone. Shame on you, man.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody else got the impression when watching this, but I got the impression that Tommy went over this subject a bit long. And it seems like it's a bit compensating, just to me anyway. And I'm going to be honest, it seems like he could have moved on from this a bit quicker. And I get, like, Dream is not allowed to say the R word, and he needs to be told he's not allowed to say the R word for some reason, even though he's a fully grown adult, and he should know this. But, yeah. I don't think Tommy should be the one preaching the words to him. I think Tommy should just address what's happened to him.
In your stream you slagged off a lot of my pals. Come on, mate. I mean, my friends are all idiots, but they have bloody good hearts.
That is a pretty interesting way of describing it, Tommy. Well, this is how I would have described it. You joined a Minecraft survival server, and you made most of your fame through that, where you met most of these people you're still in contact with. And those friends you talk about, they were also in that Minecraft survival server with you, and a lot of the people in that server got, well, accused of some pretty wrong things. So, yeah, good hearts is a interesting way to describe it, but I'll leave that up to the people in the comments to describe how they want to describe your friends, Tommy.
However, with your group, I cannot believe how the George stuff from a year ago went down. I cannot believe the response to it online. It's disgusting. It's sexist, man. And you and your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too. Shame on you guys.
When Tommy made this point, I really found that interesting, because, like, Dream and Tommy, they came from the same part of the internet. They are the same kind of YouTubers. They come up to fame in the same way. They're just, they're the same, pretty much. I mean, they do different content, but, they hang out with each other. They're the same group. And when he's like, oh yeah, your group of friends said this on the internet, and my group of friends are all supportive of it, well, at the end of the day, Tommy, you got to remember, you was friends with Dream. Like, you were in communication with him, and whatever you say about him is also inevitably reflecting on you as well, because you worked with him, and you worked with him very closely, and I find it crazy. It's a bit like he's trying to kill his own channel in a way by saying, oh yeah, Dream's bad, Dream doesn't like women, and Dream kind of represents a bit of Tommy as well. And you can't forget how Dream represents Tommy in a way. And vice versa. Tommy also represents a bit of Dream. So when they're going at each other and they're trying to do a cancel each other war, they're inevitably going to cancel themselves by doing this. And it's, they just need to, like, if they've got beef, they just need to not bring it to the internet, because as soon as you get public opinion involved on personal beef, that's when it's going to get bad. And because Tommy's gone to the internet, posted this video, that's caused backlash from Dream, and now the whole internet is talking about this drama, when really they could have just sorted it between each other, and we wouldn't have all this drama going on between them.
Now, mate, talk about me and you. You've basically spent the past day calling me a dickhead, and look, pal, I have made mistakes, and I'm going to make loads more. But the difference is, I give a shit. I'm trying. I'm putting in effort, and I really care.
If this is really true, you wouldn't have brought your drama to the internet. Like my old point, you could have sorted your drama with Dream off the internet. Yes, I get your public figure, but you don't need to bring every argument you have to the internet. These creators need to learn this lesson. Stop bringing your drama to the internet.
And I take responsibility when I've fucked up. Dream. 4 years ago, you were awful to me. When I was 16, you gave me YouTube advice, and you held that over my head for years. You didn't treat me like an equal, and you made me feel small. The Dream SMP, a lot of your success just wouldn't have happened without me, streaming every single night on the server and caring about everything as much as I did. And you made me feel small about that.
Okay, so I have 2 points to make on this. Number one is Tommy just basically admitted he came from the same place as Dream. He worked on Dream SMP with Dream, and it just kind of reflects him as well. So every point he's making here is just going to inevitably reflect himself. This war between Dream that he started is just a reflection on himself. It's not like when Dan TDM was arguing with KSI, because they're completely different backgrounds. They're completely different people. They've never collabed. Dream is just talking to Tommy, and Tommy's talking to Dream, and these guys are from the exact same background. So it's just reputation tarnishing on each other. And my second point is, if you're so proud of your content and you want to work hard on it, then why are you producing content like this video addressing Dream? Why are you fueling this drama? It doesn't make sense. Just make content you like. It's not that hard.
And I was a kid. Shame on you, man. And you knew what you were doing, because I've watched you do it to other people too. And if you didn't, and that was just an accident, then fucking hell, man.
The thing is with Tommy, he has a very, very lack of evidence when making these statements. So, honestly, I don't really know what to think of it. Like, he says, oh, yeah, I've witnessed you do this to other people. But he doesn't show anything on screen. He has made this video, and he just sits in front of the camera talking, but he doesn't show any screenshots, doesn't show any evidence. It's like the internet is agreeing with Tommy and having a go at Dream, because that's the easy thing to do, because that is what is happening. But Tommy has a lack of evidence. He hasn't shown any, like, hardcore evidence on screen of the actual things Dream is doing.
You called me a promoter of all my other projects I do in your Reddit post too? Yeah, man, are you stupid? Of course I promote all this stuff. But the difference between me and you is I actually give a shit. I put effort, my absolute best, into all these new things. I'm going to talk about my brilliant podcast because I'm really proud of it. Or the book I spent months writing. Or comedy. I mean, mate, I've ditched the internet for a year to do the rounds in tiny pubs, to do the stand-up comedy circuit the legitimate way, because of people like you. People who have ruined this space.
So you complain when he calls you a promoter, and you go to do exactly what he is, telling you are. You promote everything you're doing, and I mean, fair enough. Like, whatever you're doing, you should be proud of what you're doing. Especially if you're doing something you've been working on for a while. But you're getting angry at him for calling you something you're actually doing.
And that takes balls. Courage. I'm not just selling USB baby photos or lazily designed merchandise, all right? I'm doing the best with what I have. I'm nearly the age you were when you met me, and if I acted the way you did to a 16-year-old who looks up to you, I'd be so ashamed of myself, man. Now, finally, Dream, mate. You harassed my mum as she was going through a divorce, the worst time of her life. You tried to harm the relationship between me and my mum. And if we weren't best friends, with the shit that you were saying, you probably could have really harmed that, mate. You are like a proper movie villain. I have watched you take advantage of vulnerable people and use them to benefit yourself. I have watched you lie to fans, to me, to people, and take no responsibility afterwards. You are incapable of taking any criticism. You refuse to change anything about yourself. You reframe everything so that you are the victim.
So, yeah, I find it funny how Tommy says this, like Dream's acting like the victim. So, Tommy started on Twitter and was making a comment about XQC for some reason. I don't even know how he relates into this, but he does apparently. And he was commenting about XQC doing a stream with Trump, and then XQC responded. And then Dream obviously responded to XQC with the meme about the TommyInnit fans. And then that's why Tommy's acted all upset. Yes, Dream jumped in on an XQC and Tommy drama, which wasn't really nothing to do with him. But Tommy in this video is acting like he's the victim here when he was the one who started the drama with XQC that sparked Dream. So if Tommy never made that comment about Trump and XQC, we wouldn't be to the point where Dream would have posted that. So I don't really see Dream as a victim, or I don't really see Tommy as a victim. I don't see any victims in this situation. I just see, well, content creators really trying to get some content, which is pretty sad. I mean, I'm making a video on this, so yeah.
4 years have gone by, and the rest of us have grown, reflected, really tried to better ourselves and learn after going through that incredibly overwhelming experience together. And you've reverted to saying slurs and punching down. It's not just me that feels like this about you either. Most YouTubers do. I'm just very loud about it.
Tommy makes a good point here, actually. A lot of the internet just hate Dream, but I think a lot of the internet hate Dream because he's the easy target. If anyone wants to turn on Tommy and say this is Tommy's fault, it's a bit harder to hate on that because Tommy's not got as much of a hate backing as Dream. Dream's just easy to hate on at this point. Everyone just hates Dream for some reason on the internet. I mean, I say for some reason, but he really does not help himself. And this is not defending Tommy, and I'm not defending Dream here either, but he has a point. That's all I'll say. He just has a point here.
I really hope you're not a genuine bad person with a bad heart. But mate, you need to get off the internet now.
Now, I'm going to say something which I think is relevant, and I may be the only one who thinks this because I've not seen anyone else say this yet, but you both need to take time off the internet. It's not just Dream, and you need to too. Tommy, you need to spend some time off the internet, as much as Dream does too. I mean, I know you haven't been on it for the past year, as you've said, but clearly you've not come back with the right attitude, so maybe go for another year. Maybe take 2 years. Take however long it might take, Tommy, but just go. Just take some time off the internet, and maybe you and Dream, if you guys are gone off the internet, both of you, maybe we might see some difference.
Go and get some therapy. Spend some time around your loved ones. Go on a walk. Look after yourself. You being an arsehole right now doesn't mean you will be one forever. But fucking hell, man. With great power comes great responsibility.
Thank you, TommyInnit, for quoting one of my favourite characters in fiction, Uncle Ben from Spider-Man. Now, all I'm going to think of when I watch that movie is TommyInnit's rant about Dream.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
And you just don't ever seem to take responsibility for your actions. Figure your shit out, man, because how you behave right now is just not going to cut it. Right.
Now Tommy goes back on to being a promoter, as Dream likes to call it. And yeah, that's basically the whole video. He talks about his tour and everything, but I'm not going to keep that in. If you want to hear him talk about his tour, then go watch Tommy's video. But yeah, I'll now react to Dream and give my opinions on that.
TommyInnit posted a video yesterday that was titled Dream, where he said a lot of stuff about me that isn't true, but he did correctly criticize me for something that I want to apologize for before I respond to the rest of his video. I posted a meme on Twitter that used the R word, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, genuinely. I think it's important to acknowledge right off the bat that that's not right. That's not how you should behave. I shouldn't have done it, period.
So he comes to the internet saying, oh no, I shouldn't have done all this, and it was wrong for him to post a meme where he knew there was a word in it that wouldn't be perceived greatly. And he's like, oh no, guys, I've done this wrong. You're like, okay, come on, man. You came to the internet, you said it, and now you got a bunch of bad backlash for it. And you're like, no. Okay. In my opinion, it just seems like you were trying to get away with a bit of what you thought was an edgy joke and what you thought would be cool, and it didn't work for you.
Now I want to talk about Tommy's video and why I was angry enough to post something so stupid. Tommy, you and some of your friends have been spreading disproven lies about me for over a year and a half. When I had false allegations made about me, it was one of the hardest times of my life, and you and your friends decided that after I went through the hell of debunking them, that you would continue to spread, joke about, and support these lies.
Something I found interesting about the video is it seems very like Netflix style documentary, like the theming to it. It's like the amount of editing that's gone into this. If this is just addressing like Tommy, you should have just made it a bit simpler. You don't need all this dramatic background music. Like Dream, you're not making a Minecraft manhunt here. You just need to address what Tommy said.
Don't believe me that you've been doing this? Let's just hear your own best friend confirm that this has been happening.
I get why he might be mad about the lies. That group being like, he's a pedophile all the time, which again, I don't like. I think we shouldn't joke about people being pedophiles unless we actually know for sure. Because, dude, the Brighton lot, I want to stop throwing out random strays and calling people pedophiles just for cheap laughs.
As you guys know, I made a video debunking those allegations, and after my video, the accusers even came forward and admitted that they were not true. I thought that that would be the end of it.
Now, as much as I don't support Dream, he has a point. If allegations have been made about him and he has completely debunked them, and then Tommy makes a joke about it, fair enough. But Tommy has repeatedly made these jokes over and over and over and over again. It's not a joke. It's kind of just harassment. It's not really that funny anymore. I mean, everyone's just going around saying, yeah, Dream's a pedo. And it's like, oh, okay. But no one's really laughing anymore. Like, you're kind of milking the joke a bit. Like Rockstar Games with GTA 5, they're milking it. You just let it go. Find something new.
But for some reason, you and your friend group thought that you would kick me while I was down.
I genuinely think the friend group needs to stop calling Dream a fucking pedophile for cheap laughs. It's stupid to repeatedly call Dream a pedophile when it's not the case.
In your stream you slagged off a lot of my pals. Come on, mate. I mean, my friends are all idiots, but they have bloody good hearts.
Like, yeah, I know you're upset because they call you pedos, but they've got big hearts.
Like, Dream getting upset about being called a pedo, if it's the case this is not true, then yeah, I can understand why he'd be upset, because it's like his name's being tarnished on the internet. Like, people keep saying this and it's not true. Like, people just need to drop it at this point. But you know, I think it was Turbo. I think the stream he was on, I think he was slandering Dream for most of this stream, and then that one segment he was defending Dream.
And you and your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too. Shame on you guys.
I don't even know what this is about. You don't provide any context or evidence to what you're saying. TommyInnit, your racist behavior behind the scenes is unacceptable. You are a racist behind the scenes, and it's unacceptable. Shame on you.
This has got to be my favorite part of this whole video. He says that Tommy doesn't provide any context, and then he goes to make an allegation on Tommy and doesn't provide any context. Honestly, I couldn't write this myself. Like, it just lines up the joke itself.
You'll be best friends with Logan Paul in private, but then the second it becomes beneficial for people to think that you don't like him, then all of a sudden you have a problem with all those shitty things that he's done.
He has booked another flight to Japan.
The amount of times I've said this, but he has a point. Dream has a point. Like, Tommy is okay with certain people when he wants to be okay with them. He will turn a blind eye to certain things I'll do on the internet, and he'll be like, it's fine. Logan Paul might be a bad person. He might be marketing, like, genuine rubbish to young people, aka Lunchley, but it's okay. It's okay. He's okay to me, so I'm fine with Lunchley. So, in my opinion, I just think Tommy is a bit of a hypocrite here. And yeah, as soon as Logan Paul is done with Tommy and doesn't want to be associated with Tommy anymore, Tommy's like, oh yeah, Logan's a pretty bad person. Let's bring up everything Logan's done bad in the past. And I'm going to be honest, Logan is a bad person. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who's that perfect on the internet. There's no one who's perfect on the internet. And these creators that act like they're perfect, they're genuinely not. It's just so mind-boggling to me that people believe this. It's crazy. Basically, to summarize the next couple minutes of the video, I'm going to skip it because it's basically, you don't need to know about it. But Dream starts talking about how Tommy looks up to him and stuff, and the Dream SMP, and Tommy kind of goes on about how he was influenced, and it's kind of a back and forth thing. Yeah, and it's stuff we don't need to know about. But yeah, I'm just going to skip to when Dream starts talking about his merchandise, and so does Tommy. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
I'm not just selling USB baby photos or lazily designed merchandise, all right? I'm doing the best with what I have.
Tommy, you say that like it's a slight on me, when my entire merch brand was built by my family, in my hometown. Like, the reason there was ever a USB flash drive sold that had pictures of me on it was because it was my mom's idea, and Tommy knows that.
I'm going to tell this to Dream, and Dream only, and if anyone else wants to listen, feel free. Nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody cares who came up with the idea. It's a cash grab. This product you've made, it's a cash grab. Like, you're producing literal... It's so bad. Like, you've produced a hoodie with your logo on it, your smiley face logo, yeah? And it's like... You've priced it up so heavy, and you're like ripping money from your fans, and you're like, oh, my products are family made. So you should support my brand because it's family made. It doesn't change the fact that you're literally stealing money off people just to give them a green hoodie with a smiley face on it. Honestly, if this is what people are buying, honestly, I should just buy a bunch of green hoodies from Primark right now and start drawing smiley faces on them with a marker pen. And like go, oh yeah, this is Dream merchandise. Give me £70 to buy it. It's so draining. Like,
for package 2.
A Dream hoodie, but with me on.
All the designers are local people working with my local family business. And this also let me make sure that all of my fans had a good merch experience.
Yeah, guys, I'm a good person. I work with local people in my area, and yeah, I produce good products because I draw a smiley face on all of my products. Yeah. Please stop.
That is really cool.
I didn't make the most money that way, but I'm happy that I did it.
Dream, you're acting like you have no money. You got nothing from this. Honestly, let's go over it from step 1. Green hoodie, black smiley face, put them together, sell. I don't think that is very complex to make, okay? I don't think you're requiring any like exotic products from that, and you're pricing it so heavily. So please explain to me where you're not making the money, because you have loads of fans, so I'm assuming you made a lot of money from this. So please stop acting like you didn't get money from this. You did.
Tommy went with a merch company that actually had some really cool designs, with some very hardworking child laborers to make it possible. Unfortunately, that company also scammed a bunch of his viewers, and multiple of his creator friends got scammed and literally never got paid, and the company went bankrupt.
You heard it here first, guys. Dream does not support child labor. That makes him a great person. Honestly, Dream, I don't think anyone directly supports child labor. I don't think Tommy is directly wanting to like support child labor. Like, a lot of companies nowadays, Dream, if you was to go after every company that used child labor, you'd be on a very, very, very long list. Like, let's go after, like, the massive companies, like, I don't know, the shoe companies, like the sports companies. I'm not going to name any names, but I think we all know which ones I'm talking about. Anyways, there's only one last thing I can really say, and it's not really much point in keeping in the clip, but basically, Tommy said that Dream was harassing his mum, and Dream showed the one message, which I'll show on screen too now, and he apparently only sent that one message, and if that's true, then that is not a movie villain type harassing, as Tommy said. Anyways, Ludwig, he made a video on Dream, and he made like a little statement on stream about it. It was like, okay, I mean, you can go watch that. I mean, I'm not going to go over it here, but to basically summarize, he was going over how Dream apparently called one of his friends a not very nice word, to put it simple. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it for me today, and yeah, my opinion on the situation is it's irrelevant. I've made a video on it, and it's just complete irrelevance, and just, they didn't need to bring it to the internet. No, like, the world would have been fine without knowing about this. Like, no one really cares. It's just Dream and Tommy just going at it for no reason. It's just silly. But, yeah, I want to know what you guys think down below. Comment what you think, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit.